Hey, so I never told anyone this because I'm 33 now, right? But I was almost a victim of being kidnapped one time, right? And it didn't hit me until a couple of months after the situation had happened. Personal trainer, new client called me and said, "Hey, I'm willing to pay whatever amount." I said, "Cool." The conversation went well, and they had me meet them. This person had me meet him in a area somewhere near South Street Seaport, and I was driving at the time my mother's car. I was about 21, 22. So the guy said, "Hey, listen, meet me here." So I said, "Okay, cool." I said, "All right." I drove there. I parked up. But anytime I went to go meet someone new, right? I would always get there real early and look around, like because I've just been in training since I was like 5. But the Nation of Islam, I've been under their training since I was like 16. They teach you how to be aware as a FOI. So I will always get out the car and post up. So this guy walks over and looks at me like this. And what's funny is that they look just like them kidnappers from the movies, like real light skin from like across seas, long smooth black hair, and regular clothes, and look normal as fuck. So he stepped up to me and he went like this. He said, and then he handed me. He said, "You know what? Here's the money, but the session is okay." Because when he walked up, I posted up. I was like, I already felt something was wrong. I was like, then I looked to the right, I looked to the left, I looked back, and I put myself against the car, like, what's up? So I took the money, but I watched it. I took it like this, right? I just took it like that, and I said, "All right, cool." Then he walked away, and then I turned around, and I turned back, and he was gone. So that same person called me and said, "Hey, listen, sorry it didn't happen that day. Could you meet me somewhere?" And this place was in Harlem. But sometimes when you're young, you're really dumb and you're really stupid. So and this is real. So a lot of times, like people in my personal life know seen me get upset and mad and stuff like that because it's like where's the older where's the majority of the older black men that's supposed to be like, all right, look, we got family differences and problems, but we need to really like sit down and tell the men that's coming up, listen, y'all gotta get into some type of training and watch your family, or we gotta develop something. So the Nation of Islam is the only place where I know that does that type of training and awareness for black men and black women. So I'm saying this to say that, we've been docile to a point where our personal problems become almost too much to deal with, to be aware. And then it's like the men above 50, their energy is very, very, very low. It's very low and it's very docile because when I was younger, I've experienced older men being in the atmosphere like, "Yo, you come to train, energy is high, in shape, working out, community based, etc." So now the thing is that so I went to Harlem, and it was the same guy, and he was on the phone with me, but he kept telling me to walk to some apartment building, and he had me walk to a dead end. So I immediately caught the chills, saw a couple of people walking, and then I immediately walked the other way real fast and never looked back. And it was somewhere in Harlem where it was like you can easily just be picked up, right? So I'm saying nah. So I'm telling you that we are being watched. Number one. Number two, you're being watched. Number three, it's the person that's literally clocking you on social media, They're clocking your everyday moves because it's too easy now. All you gotta do is post up where you're at, post up the location of your post, and they're right there. These people are getting almost a couple of million or a couple of billion for one organ, and they're set, and you're fucked. So, yeah. So, it's not that. All right, cool. Look, like as a father, right? As a father, cool. In the situation that I'm in, um, that don't live with their children, but we know that responsibility of protection and stuff like that we can't pass down because the other half wants to like kind of think they got it all together 100%. And my son's mother is not black, right? She's not black. So there is something that people who are not black think they understand, and really that they really do not understand to a certain degree, because just walking down the block from age 14, I've been stopped and guns drawn on just for the sake of walking down the block in the own neighborhood that I live in. So I'm telling you that type of stress, then our people just so separated, but we're getting better though. We're definitely getting better, but just so separated that we still don't have enough to like give back to our own people. After the Million Man March, like where did the majority of the men go? We have the Nation of Islam. We have I keep saying that because we have How to Eat to Live that teaches how to live longer. The Nation of Islam has an army with no weapons for women and men and children, and they are pushing the economic blueprint. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I believe he's doing a separation tour, because at the same time, yes, we associate ourselves, but at the same time, we do need our own state so that we can deal with our own problems. Now, 75,000 black women missing, that's 75,000. If that is not an uproar to the media, the news, then that means there's a possible another 75,000 looking to be tracked down and taken again, and that can be men and children. So that's here in the United States of America. I mean, come on, we're in a country where it was taken from the original, and then a law was placed, and then now we're still at the disadvantage. Right now, we're still at the bottom, but we're coming up. So when I tell the people in my circle, in high school I used to have a friend. I said, we didn't hang out with the next person if you wasn't training. But that's because we needed to know that you have my back and you can thump or throw down. So there's a war that's not being put on TV, that's unseen. But 75,000 black women missing, just that quick, that means someone is running an operation, right? And it has to be along with the people who has all these cameras and satellites. It's the same thing that happened to Black Wall Street. They turned all the radios off, destroyed Black Wall Street, and then you don't hear anything about it. Then it's wiped off the map. So they have cameras all over the place but can't find anyone. Who is getting paid, number one? Who is being targeted, number two? And who's making the money? But first of all, who's got the money to do that? So to run that, it's an operation. Nothing happens like that just so, I'm just gonna go take somebody in this or whatever. No, that is an operation that's happening. So for 75,000 black women missing, it hurts a lot inside, but I still have to keep moving forward and do what we do and do what I do. But at the same time, if you're not even trying to get over the little things, problems and difficulties you have amongst, in your family, some relationships you're just not even be able to get better with. But that's just how it is. But those who you are in contact with all the time, make sure that they are aware of what's going on, because I know some people who are just straight up toxic and think that the world revolves around them if they don't get something done, not knowing that it's just that quick that your son, your daughter, your mom, your grandma, your father, your cousin, your uncle, your brother, whomever could go missing just off the strength of having their head back like that for a second, falling asleep on a train, walking down the block with headphones on, looking at the cell phone, not knowing that someone is tracking you. Not knowing that someone is setting you up. Not knowing that it's just that easy. Because all they have to do is, let's say they get a trained martial artist or a trained fighter that needs money from a different culture, who just doesn't give a fuck, right? And now they have the strength of a trained one, and they tackle somebody who's not trained or not aware or unaware or just different things like that. Put them in that chokehold, cover the mouth. You see it on the movies. Put something in the towel, smother them real quick for 2 seconds, get them in the van, and then it's going. It happens just that fast. And if it's an operation, that means that cameras are being turned off. That means that there's a set time clock of when rush hour slows up or speeds up or whatever the case is, and then which cars, and then switch the license plates on the car, drive something normal, look normal. It's the one that's unexpected, right? It's the one that's unexpected. So I'm just telling you, I can't even say be careful. I gotta say, be ready at the same time, because we are being targeted. And me being young and dumb, I almost got caught around the age of 21, 22. And also too, from my mentor, he taught me that there are people who can read the health of your face just by looking at you. So if you are a little bit on the toxic side, they may not want you. But if you black and you got just a little health to you, and you easy to manage and be picked up and kidnapped, you a target. And a female, on certain levels, is not comparable to a male at the same time, especially in the time of, like, we have Layla Ali in the ring, but we don't have 75,000 Layla Alis out in the United States of America training, getting it in. That's the difference. We got women training, but majority, so find somebody trained. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the woman should not be out at night, and if she is, she must have a male traveling with her. Okay, somebody who trains, somebody who's aware, somebody who's not gonna be like this all day long, right? But it's hard that the youth sometimes don't listen to us. But at least if this video gets to someone, then hopefully that next person can pass it on to the next person.